Hi, thank you for being here to Take 10. In today's practice, we're going to move through a 10-to-1 ratio, meaning that we're going to do 10 postures and hold them each for 1 full minute. This is a great, gentle, kind of restorative practice that helps you really kind of melt in and observe what subtle changes are happening in your body in each pretty familiar posture. We're going to get started in child's pose, so I'll meet you there. Big toes to touch, separate your knees out wide, sink your hips back nice and low to your heels as you draw your arms out long in front of you, placing your forehead on the mat. And for each of these minute holds, we've already begun here, but I'd like you to just really focus on your breath, especially in this first one here. So taking almost a 5 count inhale, and an equal 5 count exhale. And you're going to do about 5 to 6 of those. And that focus for the mind will help pull you through each minute, holding each posture. Noticing your body softening at the bottom of the exhale, and noticing where you are drawing in and creating more space with each inhale. So really trying to relax the glutes here, getting into the outer hips, relax the shoulders, relax the mind. And then on your next inhale, shift your hips off of your heels, and we're moving into downward dog. So getting a little inversion, hug the outer shoulders in, trying to sink the heels to the mat, lifting high through the tailbone, opening up the whole back body here, lengthening through the spine. Beginning your 5 count inhale, and your 5 count exhale. Keep pushing your shoulders away from your ears. Keep pressing the ground away from you and your active hands. Thinking spreading wide through the back shoulder blades and kind of butterflying the sits bones up higher to the sky. We have about 10 seconds left, so take 1 more inhale and 1 more exhale. And then from here, step your right foot in between your hands, drop down onto your left knee. We're gonna get a little twist here. So coming up into a nice low lunge, and then revolving over to the right, maybe grabbing the outsides of the thighs and trying to press the thighs kind of outward as you're using your hands to pull them back in. Keep lifting up through the front left hip here. So getting into the hip flexor on the left side, as well as a nice spinal twist. If that feels okay for your neck, you can look back behind you as well. Good, we have about 20 more seconds. So about 2 more full rounds of breathing. Make sure you're twisting from a nice straight spine. Really noticing any subtle differences in these familiar postures that maybe you haven't been aware of before. And then unwinding yourself, planting your hands back down, and we'll just go ahead and switch sides. So left foot forward, drop the back right knee down, come up into your low lunge, and then twisting and revolving over to the left, pressing the outer thighs away from you as you pull them back in with your hands, finding tension there, keeping the belly drawn in and looking back behind you for an additional full spinal twist from the base of your spine up to the base of your skull. Perfectly normal. If one side feels more open or more comfortable than the other, not doing anything to change that, but just observing and building up a picture. About 15 seconds left. Stay present with the mind. Stay resilient in the body. Last breath. Then from here, plant the hands, step back, moving through plank, and then come down to sit on your bum. We're going to open up the inner groins now, so bring the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. Hands on the insides of the arches, and then hinging forward as much as your hips will allow, prioritizing a straight spine and leading with the heart before trying to fold forward. You can even use the hands, maybe push the elbows to push the knees down a little farther, roll the shoulders back, pull the heart forward. Less than 30 seconds to go here, so really kind of dial yourself in, maybe even closing the eyes, noticing where you're holding resistance or holding tension. And with your exhale, allowing that particular spot in your body to release. Last breath. And then from here, we're gonna get into the outer hips. So we have an option here to just take Sukhasana easy pose, feet in line with the knees. You can take fire logs with your right leg on top, or you can take Gomukhasana legs with your going knee to knee. So choose whichever feels best for your body. And here then lean forward in whatever of those three postures you took with the legs. Again, leading with the heart, pulling the shoulders back, and we've already begun our minute here. Continue with that nice equal breathing, a 5-count inhale and a 5-count exhale, noticing the calming effect that that breath has on your body. Trying to release any tension from the jaw and the shoulders. Those are common places where we hold some unnecessary tension. We have less than 30 seconds to go. Allow the breath to create space in the outer hips. One more big breath. Then from here, just switching sides. So either taking Sukhasana, fire logs, or Gomukhasana legs, cow face position. Make sure you're rooting through both sits bones and then hinging forward. And our minute here has started. No matter what posture you're in, keep with the legs, keep the feet flexed. You can even bring your hands to the soles of the feet and really press your feet into your hands and your hands back into your feet. And hopefully you feel a little bit more of that alignment happening in your hips and an opening happening in the outer hips as well. We have about 30 seconds left here. It should be about 3 more full deep breaths. Last breath. Then from here, we're going to come down to lie on our backs and get a little gentle back bend here. So bringing the soles of the feet down to the ground, feet at hip distance. On your inhale, you're going to press into your heels and lift your hips high. Walk the shoulder blades underneath you, maybe even interlacing hands. A couple options here. This is option 1. Option 2 is then placing your hands underneath your hips. Or option 3 is just having your hands down by your side, not interlaced. The timer has started. Keep pressing into your heels so you can already lift your toes, making sure that you're keeping the work kind of in the back body here. But then try to release the glutes as if they were pieces of ripe fruit kind of just hanging off the vine. So putting more of the work into the back, getting a little spinal strengthening as well as a gentle little back bend here. We have about 20 seconds left. Maybe seeing the belly rise and fall as we take our last big breath. Keep looking straight up to avoid collapsing the chin to the chest. And then from here, lower the hips down, noticing how any sensations in the back. And then hug the knees into the chest and grab on the inside of your knees to the outsides of your feet for happy baby here. Maybe rocking side to side, straightening one leg and bending the other. Or just lifting the feet straight up to the ceiling as you pull back down on them with your hands. Getting a lot of that kind of traction points here today in our practice, noticing how you can use your own body to get yourself deeper into an asana or a posture. We have about 20 seconds here. Again, try to surrender any tension that is unnecessary. So for me, that was just in the lower back. I was pushing a little too much. And then the last posture we have to let this all settle in, hug your knees in, extend the legs out straight, arms down by your side, palms face up or down, whichever feels more comfortable for you. Just resting a full minute here in Shavasana, allowing all of that mind-body connection to sink in on a deep cellular level. Stay present with your breath. We have about 3 more big breaths. That's it. Last inhale here together, fill up. And let's all take an open mouth release. And then rolling over to one side, pushing yourself back up to a seat. Hopefully you feel more connected through the mind, the body, and stretched and flexible through the body here as well. Thank you very much for taking time to practice with me today. I look forward to doing it again tomorrow.